Hi, Emily here from Homemade Emily Jane. I'm so glad you could join me today while we talk about Flying Geese quilt patterns. I personally have a deep love of Flying Geese, as do many others in the quilting community. So this is a perfect opportunity for me to compile all of my favorite Flying Geese quilt patterns into one quick video. All of these patterns are available at homemadeemilyjane.com. You can purchase them either as a paper pattern or a digital download PDF that you can access immediately. If you want to see a complete list of all of the patterns, make sure you check out the description below, where I include a link to the list of all of the patterns as well as a link to a Flying Geese tutorial that you might enjoy as well. Alright, so let's dive in. The first Flying Geese quilt pattern that I'm going to share with you is the Blessings quilt pattern. This pattern is what you think of when you think of a Flying Geese quilt, and it's a very popular one over in my shop. I released it just a year ago, but it has gained popularity so quickly. The Blessings quilt pattern is essentially all Flying Geese along with some strips to add in a little bit more background. The Blessings quilt pattern is beginner friendly. It's perfect for using scraps from your stash, and it can be made in multiple sizes from baby to bed size. And the Blessings quilt pattern even includes alternate AccuQuilt instructions, so that's what makes it an all-around favorite quilt pattern. The Paradigm quilt pattern is yet another customer favorite year after year. This is a bold, modern design featuring just a few Flying Geese quilt blocks that are super enlarged, so that it's a great pattern to show off bold fabrics or maybe even some intricate quilting. It is quick, easy, and a very popular baby quilt for gifting, and it goes up to a 72-inch square throw size quilt. Many people ask about making the Paradigm quilt bigger, and I've seen some people do it by adding additional borders, but due to the very large nature of the quilt blocks, we don't want to go any bigger with the Flying Geese because it makes it very difficult to piece. Next up is the Sprightly quilt pattern. If you look closely, you'll notice that the Sprightly quilt pattern is actually a spin-off of the Paradigm pattern, simply using multiple blocks in a block-based design. It is a lively and fun quilt pattern that features Flying Geese blocks arranged in a playful, modern layout. This pattern is also AccuQuilt friendly and includes 4 sizes from baby to queen bed. Next is the Reverberate quilt pattern. This is yet another fun one that features Flying Geese in a block-based quilt. Reverberate is perfect for various fabric choices, including showing off those fat quarters. The Reverberate quilt pattern includes 6 sizes from wall hanging all the way to king bed size. Next up is the Keepsake quilt pattern. Keepsake is a classic star design featuring Flying Geese in the sawtooth star blocks. You might recognize it from the quilt behind me as well. Keepsake was designed as a memory quilt. I actually designed it off of my own wedding guest book quilt where guests signed all of the blocks. So you can use it as a memory quilt for a retirement party, a graduation, a wedding, a baptism, many other ideas as well. And due to the nature of it being a memory quilt, the pattern includes a whopping 8 sizes, and because it's block based, you can make virtually any size quilt using the Keepsake quilt pattern. And of course, yet again, another AccuQuilt friendly quilt pattern using fat quarters. Next is the Limelight quilt pattern, another bold, modern design featuring Flying Geese. Limelight is versatile. It's fat quarter friendly and includes 3 quilt sizes. Limelight is yet another AccuQuilt friendly quilt pattern as well. Next is Beaming. Beaming is another star quilt, but this time a little bit more modern. This striking star quilt design features Flying Geese blocks as part of the stars radiating out into a beaming effect. This pattern is great for making a bold statement, and it's also fat quarter and AccuQuilt friendly. And last but not least is the Keystone quilt pattern. Keystone features Flying Geese arranged in a keystone effect around some scrappy squares. This creates a modern and eye-catching design. It's versatile and available in multiple sizes. Keystone is one of my favorites for using smaller scraps, and also a great opportunity for showing off some fussy cutting. Like many others on this list, Keystone pattern includes 3 sizes and alternate AccuQuilt instructions. As you can tell, Flying Geese quilt patterns offer a fun blend of simplicity as well as versatility. I'd love to hear in the comments below which of these Flying Geese quilt patterns is your favorite. I hope this compilation of Flying Geese patterns has inspired you to create something new. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube and also follow me on Instagram. It's at HomemadeEmilyJane. You can also check out my website, homemadeemilyjane.com, for tons of tutorials, quilting tips and tricks, and quilt patterns, of course. You can visit my shop to find all of these quilt patterns as well as many more. You'll also find curated fabric bundles and quilt kits. Thanks so much for watching. Happy sewing!